80s.
In response to my video calling for reparations of black people, this guy responds, "This should have been done then. I didn't own slaves, and no one living was a slave." Let's address.
Yes. No one alive today was ever a slave, and nobody living today ever legally owned anyone else. I'm not sure what the problem is.
This. First of all, let's dismiss the asinine point that because there wasn't accountability then, there can't be accountability now.
But everybody involved in the matter is dead.
As long as the government is still around, accountability of that government is absolutely possible. The broader point is that this is not about reparations for people.
Okay, so who pays who? You're aware that almost everyone in this country is mixed. My family has been here for, at least on my mom's side, since before the Revolutionary War. My dad's side I'm a little more hazy on. I guarantee you I'm not 100% white. I guarantee you some of my ancestors fucked some other ancestors of other races. Hell, my European ancestry were all a pack of whores that hated and killed each other.
Who are no longer alive. This is about your hatred for black people. Because if we really did...
I don't hate black people. I'm beginning to hate you, but it's not because you're tan. I mean, you ain't black, dude. It's not because you're tan, it's because you're a fucking idiot.
Black people simply for the injustice committed against them during the Civil Rights era. And I'll give you...
Almost all of those people are dead.
One really good example. Houses. After World War II, there was a housing boom, and every American family wanted the American dream of a house. The Federal Housing Authority decided to give out loans to people, but only white people.
Yeah, and how long ago did World War II end? Are we not at the 80th anniversary of the end of the war? If we're not, we're getting pretty fucking close.
Explicitly wrote into their contracts that these loans...
In fact, yeah, this will be the 78th anniversary of the war. So, how many people, how many World War II veterans are left? Probably less than 100? Actually, now I'm curious. How many World War II veterans are still alive? Wow! That number was way higher. 167,000 are still alive. Okay, fine. If there's some black people that are alive that got fucked over by this, fine. They can get some. You know what? Fuck it.
Loans cannot go to black people for any reason whatsoever. As a result, white families were able to purchase homes, and black families were not.
Fine. Well, you know, those homes weren't great either. They were designed to be starter homes. You know, husband, wife, maybe one kid. And then the idea was for them to move out into a normal home. Okay, tell you what, we'll give them the crappy starter home.
Ownership is the #1 way to build generational wealth.
And by the way, you are aware that before the War on Poverty and just right around the time the Civil Rights Act was signed into law, do you know that black families, your average black family, had a home, had a mortgage, and their net wealth was damn near on par with the average white family? Then the War on Poverty starts. Lyndon Johnson makes his Great Society, introduces the welfare state, black women kick black men out of the home, and everything's gone to hell since then. Again, you might want to learn your history.
In America. Those homes that were then sold for about $10,000 are now worth about $500,000 or more. That's wealth and equity that allowed white families to start small businesses, pay for their kids' college.
They were not worth $500,000 back then. Again, they were prefab housing. They were, okay, they were basically what you do is you go to a show house. All the houses were the same, And they'd be like, okay, folks, you like this? All right, we're going to put you in 222. All the houses were the same. They were literally kit houses.
College tuition without student loans, or invest in new property and make even more money. All things denied to black families altogether. And the
No, again, at the time, your average black family had their own home as well. Again, you might want to research black families of the 1950s. Oh, and by the way, the world wasn't as segregated as you think.
The results have been devastating. According to numerous studies, black median...
I mean, was it bad in certain areas? Yeah. But the vast majority of America was like, white America hears you. Black family move in. White America hears you. White America don't care. You gonna keep the lawn cut? Shut down the music at a reasonable hour? Okay. Keep on keeping on.
At this rate, the median white wealth will be $174,000 by 2050, and the median black wealth will be only $600. Black wealth is projected to be zero by 2082. This is what we mean by the rich getting richer and the poor getting poorer. But the scary part is this is not accidental, this is deliberate and systemic. This is why we also say that student debt is a racial justice issue. Study found that
Oh my God. The amount of stupidity in this is just ridiculous. Again, could it be that the country is systemically racist, even though I can prove verifiably that's not true? Or is it choices that black people make? Again, maybe it's culture. When a black kid starts applying himself in school, sometimes even his own mother will tell him, why are you trying to act white? And also, if there is any systemic racism, it's coming from white liberal institutions that think black people are too fucking stupid to get a goddamn driver's license. Yet I guarantee if I went up to 100 black people, all 99, probably 99 out of 100 would know where the DMV is. The ones that don't probably are too young to know where they actually live.
Two decades after taking out their student loans, the median black borrower still owed 95% of their debt, whereas the median white borrower paid off 94% of their debt. Multiply this across generations and across tens of millions of students, and you see the...
And then why is it that the government will pay black women to go to college? There are so many programs and all that shit set specially for black people and especially black women that they can literally make money to go to college. And two, once again, when you go to college, you should look at it as an investment. What is the ROI on this investment? The problem is your average college degree is bullshit. Why do men still out-earn women despite women being the majority of students in college right now? Because women major in bullshit degrees that don't have any value. Yes, it's nice to know, have a Marxist feminist theory degree. Unfortunately, that ain't worth shit.
The black and white divide is becoming more and more stark every single day. And this is not some long ago conspiracy. This is contemporary reality. So if the argument really is that...
So then why are black billionaires and black millionaires a thing? Just saying, if they can't make any money, why are there rich black people?
That we can't pay reparations to slaves.
The last time I went to the doctor, it was a black guy. I guarantee he probably makes more money than me.
Because nobody alive today is a slave, Well, there are millions of black people alive today who are suffering from these white supremacist policies, denied equal justice because of the US government's contemporary actions. And if you really want to put a number on it,
Okay, well then, how are they going to get their reparations? Through taxpayer money? Oh, great. Then you're just paying yourself. And by the way, I'm not paying for it. I don't care. Here's a thought. Maybe if black people didn't worship all goddamn day at the altar of Saint Victimhood, and instead use that energy that they constantly whine about how much of a victim they are, and put that toward a side hustle, they'd have a multi-million-dollar business.
at a bare minimum, $500,000 reparations to every black person in America would be a good start. And that still does not absolve the US government from paying reparations for 400 years of slavery, genocide, and Jim Crow.
The U.S. government is not 400 years old. You will have to bitch to the British about that.
Class.
Our government is about 250 some odd years old.
Dismissed.
Yeah. I'd destroy you in a historical debate.
Hey,